This afternoon marks another exciting chapter in St. Paul history. Prior to the creation of the EMS Academy, there was only one person of color who graduated as an EMT in the state per year. Yes, you heard me right, one person of color in the entire state per year. Within the past 12 months, including tonight's graduates, we have graduated over 30 EMTs of color. Had we kept the old pace, it would have taken us over 30 years to achieve the level of diversity that, my friends, is history that we have created together. Please welcome the EMS Academy graduates. EMS candidates, you may be seated. We are here to celebrate the graduation of the 3rd EMS Academy. This academy is an investment in our youth that will change their lives in ways that weren't readily available before we implemented this program. We have provided them with career opportunities that many had not imagined or otherwise would have attained. I am proud to tell you that the EMS Academy has been recognized at the national level by the U.S. Conference of Mayors, the International Association of Firefighters, and the Journal of Emergency Medical Services. This media, as well as other local media, can be found on our website. I am honored to open these proceedings for our EMTs and first responders who have just completed their certifications. This academy is not an undertaking at all. It is the culmination of the 10 weeks of intense and comprehensive training. These are graduates who have studied religiously through 1,400 pages of material through 10 arduous weeks, and it's not one for the weak or for those who don't have the perseverance. We hope that you enjoy our program this afternoon, and we'll begin by having Reverend Dwayne Gibbs, our fire chaplain, who is also an alumni from the Firefighter Academy class of 1994. Reverend Gibbs, would you please lead us in prayer of invocation?
As Mrs. Frias said, that the training that these individuals just went through is very intense. And I can't help but be reminded of the leadership potential that's being developed here. And so when I think of these individuals, I pray for a generation of young people to be raised up who understand that the battle for truth, justice, and morality in this country is not one in the White House, nor is it one from behind the pulpit or in books. But the battle for truth, morality, and justice is one when the kingdom of God has come upon his people through power and through the love and compassion lived out by his people. And so for the class of 2010, I can say this: may the God of peace, who brought again from the dead our Lord Jesus, the great shepherd of the sheep, by the blood of the eternal covenant, may he equip you with everything good, that you may do his will, working in us that which is pleasing in his sight, through Jesus Christ, to whom be the glory forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Gibbs. As you may know, Mayor Chris Coleman introduced education as his #1 priority when he first took office over 4 years ago. He dedicated 25% of his staff to focus on his education initiatives, for which he has received national acclaim, rightly earning him the title of Minnesota's Education Mayor. In fact, the EMS Academy is part of his education initiatives. I had the pleasure of working on Mayor Coleman's staff for 3 years prior to joining his cabinet as a department director. When I think about Mayor Coleman's leadership style, there's a quote from Henry David Thoreau that comes to mind. The world is but a canvas to the imagination. Mayor Coleman encourages his directors and staff to think creatively about serving the people of St. Paul. Business as usual isn't good enough. It's about doing the best job to get the best results for our residents. It's this leadership style that helps us develop creative initiatives like the EMS Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the Mayor of St. Paul, Chris Coleman.
It's usually after I start talking that they start crying, so I'm glad to see. So it's not always me. Welcome here this evening, the culmination of a lot of study that all of you have undergone, a lot of hard work, a lot of determination, perhaps moments of self-doubt. Not sure if you're going to be able to get through those 1,400 pages of material, the hard work that you had to do. But the fact that you're here, the fact that you made it, the fact that you persevered is a testament to what you are fully capable of for the rest of your life. For all of you who are supportive of our candidates, for all of you who helped push them along, helped encourage them to study, helped assist them wherever that was possible, I want to say thank you. Because you've made a difference not just for the lives of the folks that are here before us, but really for generations to come. There was a recent survey that was done in the St. Paul Public School System, and one of the things that they found was that one of the highest correlations between a student's success is how successful their parents were. How much education an adult had determines how much education, in many instances, their children are going to have. So by taking this step forward, by getting this education, by preparing yourself to make a career in public safety and emergency services, you've not only helped yourself, but you've helped your children, you've helped your children's children, and you've helped many generations to come. Seems pretty simple, but sometimes we forget it because we don't necessarily always have role models. We don't necessarily have someone that pushes us. We don't necessarily have someone that encourages us. But we all need that person. It doesn't stop here. The days ahead, the years ahead, we all need encouragement. We need constant kind of reminding and assistance, a lot of help. There are difficult times. There are difficult times for many people that are working hard or wanting to work hard, but the jobs just aren't there. But if we all assist, if we all hold hands, if we all work together, then we're all going to be much, much more successful. Lou's talked a little bit about the work that I do as mayor, but the greatest thing that I can do as mayor is create opportunities for other people to reach their fullest potential. That's true whether you're talking about a developer developing a great building or a student who wants to learn and wants to better themselves. So to the extent that what we have done here has created that opportunity, it is only because all of you have opened the door, have walked through it, that it is possible. There are many partners that have made that happen. President Wines, I want to thank you in particular for your support through Amber Hills Community College. If not for the support and that great partnership, this wouldn't be possible. You made a choice. You made a choice to be successful. You made a choice to stick through it. You made a choice to do better for yourselves and for your family. Pat yourself on the back. Celebrate a little. Hard work begins on Monday. Congratulations.
Amber Hills Community College has indeed been a phenomenal partner since the moment they joined us at the table. They have assisted us in every way possible with faculty, staff, equipment, counselors for our graduates, and the list goes on. I can say with all honesty, as Mayor Coleman just said, we could not operate the EMS Academy without their partnership. Please help me welcome Amber Hills Community College President, Tim Wine.
There are 4 other speakers after me, so I'm going to be brief to allow them adequate time to address all of you. But we want to thank Mayor Coleman, who just stepped out, and Councilman Carter and Alumni Medical for being terrific partners with us in support of these wonderful graduates. Amber Hills takes this role extraordinarily seriously. You see in the front row people that work at the college that have some contact, but not a ton individually with these students. However, Dave Page, who is here in uniform today, is with these students every single day and supports them every way he can. But Dr. Hill, Dean Anderson, Chris Hansen, and Dean Walls, who's also in uniform, fully believe in what we're trying to do and to diversify the support that your community gets from its emergency responders. What these students have done is nothing short of incredible. To get this done in 10 weeks, as Mayor Coleman said, to take a 1,400-page manual, memorize it, pass a test, and then to move forward is nothing short of remarkable. What we ask them now is that they come back and take more classes from us. We hope they continue their education and training, because staying up on their careers and to move forward is just as important as the crossroads they've come to right now. We're glad that you support them. We're glad that you've been here today to give them a pat on the back, and as Mayor Coleman said, now the hard work begins. But this is a moment of celebration, and as educators, we know that this is an extraordinarily important time for them. We're glad they were part of this process. To survive, it's fantastic. We look forward to sitting back in the classroom again and doing terrific things for your community. Thank you for being here today.
When I first proposed the concept of establishing the EMS Academy, Councilmember Melvin Carter eagerly volunteered to help recruit the support of his colleagues on the City Council. Councilmember Melvin Carter has been instrumental throughout this process in securing the startup financial resources as well as recruiting applicants. Councilmember Carter, would you please say a few words?
There's a story that I like, and I promise I'll be brief as well. There's a story that I like about a little tiny stream, and this particular stream had pushed its way all the way through the bottom of a base of a mountain. And somebody looked at that stream and thought, you know, that's pretty incredible that one little tiny stream by itself could push its way all the way through the base of a mountain. And so they asked the stream, you know, how did you do that? And the stream said, well, if you want to know my strength, you know, you can't just look at me. You have to look at the river that's behind me, because see, there's a river that's pushing me at all times. And that's how I was able to put the pressure, because there's this pressure coming from behind me, pushing me forward. And so they went and talked to the river, and they said, well, how does one little river create that much power? And the river said, well, you can't just look at me. You have to look at the bay that's behind me, and the bay is pushing me forward. And the bay says you have to look at the ocean, and you get to the ocean and say, well, how do even you have that much strength that this stream miles away can push its way through an entire mountain? And the ocean says, well, you can't just look at me. You have to understand I'm reacting to the pull of the moon's gravity. And so it goes on and on and on. I want to say that this is an incredible program. This is an incredible example of what can happen when people keep pushing people to push other people to greatness. I want to make sure that we acknowledge the mayor and the incredible direction that he's given our city, that we are a city that's about education. I definitely want to acknowledge, would you please put your hands together for a moment for Luz Frias, who thought of this concept? Please. She doesn't like the recognition, but I gotta tell you, you know, people talk about how fast government moves, right? And this is a program last year that I think was from the original idea to the orientation of the first class of like 6 or 8 weeks or something, 6 weeks. And that's pretty incredible, especially thinking about how government operates. I definitely want to thank my colleagues on the City Council who stood up very fast in support of this program when we started talking about it. In particular, Council President Kathy Lantry, Council members Russ Stark and Pat Harris, who actually put some resources behind it as well. And of course, you know, we can't, there would be no event tonight if it weren't for these graduates. Every year I've gotten a chance now, this is our 3rd class, and I've gotten a chance to attend the orientation, which is a whole bunch of people. And a couple of the classes I've gotten to attend the first class section, which is a lot of people, and then I get to come back for the graduation, which is significantly fewer people. And so by the time you get to these seats, I know as well as you know that it's a result of hard work, it's a result of dedication, it's a result of some late nights, some studying, some pushing yourselves beyond where you might have thought that you could have gone before. And I think that you did it as a result of putting yourselves around other people who will push you, just like that story I shared with you. I was talking to them out in the hall before, and I said, you know, no pressure, but you know, there's a lot of people looking at you and waiting to see what you'll do. And one of the graduates said, well, the pressure is over because we took our last test already. And I've got bad news for you. You haven't taken your last test, and the pressure is only beginning. But if you approach your life as an EMT, your life as an adult, and your career in education moving forward the same way you've approached this academy, you'll be just fine, and we'll be very proud of you for years to come. Thank you very much.
We're speaking of support. We can't ignore the issue of financial support. The support of our funders was key to launching the EMS Academy. One of the biggest questions that we receive from our funders is whether our graduates are able to find jobs. We're proud to say that our graduates have found jobs within a few months after graduation, despite this period of high unemployment. One of our key employers that hires our graduates is indeed Alumni Medical Transportation. Alumni has been an exemplary partner in helping bring diversity into the EMT community. Along with their support as employers for our new graduates, they've also been very supportive of the following employees who serve as instructors for our academies. Matt Rulin, Tina Manini, and David Page are all Alumni employees. Please help me welcome President of Alumni Medical Transportation, Brian LaCroix.
Well, a couple quick comments. To the graduates, I add my congratulations. I'm well familiar with the program, and I know this has been an intense 10 weeks. But I'd encourage you to think about this 10 weeks, as the mayor and others have indicated, Council Member Carter, as a beginning, as a door opener. The 10 weeks and the culmination of those weeks today opens doors that were unimaginable, I suggest to you, just 3 months ago. That's a very short period of time. So you have lots ahead of you to come yet. So think of that in terms of being a door opener. To friends and family here tonight, we celebrate you as well as the graduates. It's that power, that push of people to people that was expressed by Councilmember Carter that you brought to this equation tonight. And to the community, I suggest that you too can be quite proud. We're proud because in the EMS community, our workforce for far too long has not at all been representative of the people we serve. That's changing. That's changing because of programs like this. The difference is we now have qualified, competent candidates to choose from when we have jobs to offer. And I'm happy to say that we have at Alumni been able to employ some of your previous graduates, and I hope we employ more of you. So thank you very much. May you leave here and continue that life of service to others, opening lots more doors in your future. Congratulations.
I've said from the beginning this has been possible because the stars were aligned. That is to say, we had all the right people at the table at the right time. We could not have accomplished the EMS Academy without our key EMS instructor, David Page. David came late into the planning process, about a week or two into it, but he's been operating on hyper speed from the very beginning. David's empathy and compassion for his students extends far beyond the classroom. He cares about the students' health and welfare, ensuring that their needs are met so they can focus on their curriculum. We're so fortunate to have a man of his caliber and talent dedicated to our program and our youth. I am pleased to introduce EMS Academic Chair and Instructor, David Page.
Welcome, everybody. This is great. This is the third one, and I don't know, I was really nervous after the first one. It was all an experiment. You heard how quickly we had to put it together, and then we had no idea what would happen afterwards. And then some folks really stepped up to the plate, and those first graduates really did a wonderful job, and you're here again in your uniforms. So Brianna and Cassandra, anybody else from the first class here? Alston, have you made it here yet? His car broke down, he had to get it repaired. Alex was gonna stop by. It's a big family now, so welcome to the family. And it's exciting to be here on the third go-around. So I think we've got to put our hands together to these graduates. Give them a round of applause. Now, the first go-around, people whooped and hollered. I think that was just not the greatest clap you could have done. I want to hear it like you really mean it. I want everybody outside of this place to hear it. All right. There you go. That's better. I want everybody in the city of St. Paul to know that we have some graduates of this EMS Academy that are coming out ready to work, ready to find their new jobs. And I can't tell you how proud I am to be involved with this class. I think it is absolutely proof positive that it's really possible to have dreams come true. And that those dreams 3 months ago were really distant, and yesterday, even as they were taking their national registry, became more of a reality. And do you feel it now? There's a sense of pride there. They're pretty nervous, though. It is quite a triumph, actually, and Director Frias is correct in saying that we really were just graduating graduates one at a time. I can name them: Sean Dolan, Dwayne Gibbs, as he left. It's incredible. Tony Terry, Tuvang, they're just one, and now there's over 30 of them that I'd have a hard time naming them all. So that's exciting. That is really a phenomenal thing here. The other thing is I can't take credit, especially this summer. This was a strange event, by the way. There's a new St. Paul Fire headquarters, and we converted through the generous work of a lot of volunteers and people who got extra money from grants. People reshuffled budgets at the college, and then a lot of St. Paul Fire volunteers, as well as student volunteers, came and turned in old Station 1 into what we now are calling Station 51. Chief Butler, who I wish he was here because he really has passion for that station, saw into fruition a home for this program. And it is really your home and our home now. And in that home, this time around, we had Tina Manini and Matt Ruland, who really anchored the program. It was a strange summer for me, and I wasn't able to be there as much as I could. I enjoyed our up until midnight study session. That was interesting. But really, Tina and Matt have done an incredible job with this group, and thank you. That's incredible. Really. Dr. Davidson couldn't be with us tonight. She's at Regions ER working, as are some of our graduates who we wanted to stop by. They're out actually working at a job where you will be shortly. Okay. Thank you to our supporters as well. The fire department has been incredible, as you all know, and we've had tremendous support from Alumni, from Health East, from Regions, FISDAP donated accounts. It's been really incredible. To the graduates, and I'd ask you to stand for a second for me. Please. I know, they were doing their agility test today. Who had the 2:98 time? 2:58, and then there was a 3:03 time, which are really pretty incredible if you think about it. To do that agility test in that amount of time, they really showed us what their legs and their muscles could do, and they probably can't stand very long before they pass out. Really, you've completed more than 1,400 pages worth of work, worth of reading. You have spent countless hours, not just the 200 hours of the training, but Tuesdays, Thursdays, when you weren't even paid to be there, you weren't supposed to be there, you were knocking on the door, trying to jimmy the lock to get in to study. We didn't have to worry about people breaking out of the place. We had people breaking in to study. So that's great, and I'm really glad that you embrace that concept. That's going to serve you well in your entire life. 10 weeks is just too short. Would you not agree? 10 weeks was tough. If we had to look back and say how many we lost in this process, I think we'd all like to have them stand here with us. And for that, I think we do really want to remember those that tried, but because of circumstances beyond their control, whether it was childcare or life circumstances, they just couldn't make it work. And I just want to say that you're not done. As you've heard, it's time to apply for jobs. My laptop is up there. I've got it hooked up to the internet. There's some jobs over there at Alumni, at Health East. We're going to apply for them tonight. I'm telling you, I can't lose them. I can't lose them. They can't go home just yet. And really, it's a lifelong journey you've undertaken, a lifelong journey of service. You can't just take the uniform shirt off and just decide that that was something you did one time. You are EMTs and first responders. If someone is in need, you're likely to respond with what you were trained to do. And I'm proud to say that you, I think, would do a great job if one of my family members were hurt. So thank you. I hope these skills help you not just with EMS, I hope they help you fulfill any dream you have. We have graduates from the First Academy in nursing school. Some of them want to go to medical school. I'd love it if you all became paramedics. I really would. And I know that some of you might aspire to be attorneys one day. Sorry. But whatever you choose to do, we are there to help you, and the college is your oyster. We want you to come down and help us, and we expect that you will return next week when Tina is teaching another class at Fire Station 51 and volunteer to help those EMTs learn their skills as well. You've earned the right, and now I pray that you will embrace that responsibility that comes with that EMS patch. Keep your knowledge razor sharp and your skills as sharp as they can be. Serve the public well. The community will look up to you. Your families look up to you today. The next EMT students will look up to you tomorrow. And your instructors, especially Tina, Matt, and me, look up to you right now. The future is in your hands.
People are often curious about the path that our EMTs take after they've left our program. Gwen Mora Gomez is an alumni of the Fall 2009 EMS Academy. She's here today to share her story. But before she does, I want to recognize her for her willingness to come in this summer and serve as a mentor and interact with our EMS students on a regular basis. Please help me welcome Gwen and thank her for her time.
I'm honored to be standing up here again, even more so as alumni of the Academy last year. Before beginning this program in September of 2009, I was working a dead-end job, not yet living on my own, and failed to accomplish any of the goals that I had set for myself. My life was the exact opposite of where I wanted to be at the time. After some life-changing events that occurred in less than a year, I finally had the motivation to move my life forward. I took all the negative things that I had been through and turned them into positives and grew as a person. The prior goals that I had set for myself changed, and my life took a complete 180. I was extremely nervous the first day I walked into the academy. The instructors were intimidating, Dave. The other students were intimidating, and the material we were about to learn was the most intimidating of all. Not in a million years would I have thought that I could comprehend and continue to remember how blood flows through the human heart, how to successfully name all the bones in the human body, or what the difference between a pneumothorax and a hemothorax was, how to treat them, or even spell them for that matter. My insecurities were unnecessary because I consistently passed exams and understood the material. The instructors had faith in my abilities, and it only pushed me to try my hardest. December 17th, my classmates felt the same way, so I was chosen to speak at graduation on their behalf. On December 17, 2009, I graduated at the top of my class and was recognized for my hard work and dedication. I was extremely proud of myself, and with no doubt in my mind, I can say that that day completely changed my life. Everything I have done and all the amazing opportunities I have been given, I owe to the City of St. Paul, Inver Hills Community College, St. Paul Fire, and all other partners associated with the program. The EMS Academy has opened many doors for me. I am currently a PCA, which gives me some of the necessary experience when I plan to become a nurse. I have already successfully passed the CNA course that Inver Hills offers as a prerequisite to the nursing program. Because of the hard work I put into both programs, I was asked by Chris Hansen to be a skills teaching assistant for the CNA program and EMS Academy at Inver Hills. These opportunities have led me to renting my own apartment and buying my first car. I would like to thank everyone for giving me the opportunity to be part of the EMS Academy once again, and I will continue to show my full support. Congratulations to the Summer EMS Academy 2010 graduates. It was an honor to work with you all, and I wish everyone the best of luck. I hope to see you all again in the future. Thank you.
Wow, huh? That's what happens to our students when they leave our academy and just go out in the world and try their own at it. One of the best ways to gauge a program's success is to talk to the participants and hear how the program has impacted them. We're fortunate to have two newly minted EMTs to tell you in their own words about their experience this summer. They might be a little nervous, so I need you to give them a very loud and warm welcome to class representatives, Clarence Frazier and Jamie Howe.
I'd like to thank you all again for being here tonight. We really appreciate your support of the program. I don't think that anybody here tonight could be more excited and honored than I am to be speaking at the culmination of our fine 2010 Summer EMS program. 10 weeks ago, I never would have imagined that I would be nationally registered and certified EMT, much less save a life in real life. It's just been such an incredible experience learning about the EMS world, and I really thank everyone involved, both directly and indirectly, for all their support and help that they've given us. I'd like to thank Chief Butler and everyone else with St. Paul Fire. Their resources have been incredible. Their wealth of knowledge, they've helped out a lot. Ms. Gwen Peterson, coordinating the program with the Youth Job Corps. Mayor Coleman, who made this all possible. Super extra thanks to our instructors, Ms. Tina, Mr. Mott Roland, Dave Page. They really put up with us all summer, you know, grinding their teeth, trying to shove all this knowledge into our heads, as dense as we may have seemed. But I mean, additional thanks go out to all the extra people who volunteered and really got almost nothing back but the gratification of seeing us succeed. I mean, people like the volunteer students from Inver Hills who are in the paramedic program, Laura Rinker, Alston Riley, and all the other students who came and helped out on the off days, in the afternoons when we performed our skills. The St. Paul firefighters who put in the extra effort to see us succeed and who were very enthusiastic about the program. Kyle Pieper, Kelly McDougall, Al Bonet, and the list keeps on. List goes on, and I'm sorry if I'm missing anybody, but there's just so many people to thank. Extra thanks to Miss Gwen Goldman. There she is. Her and Alston are graduates of previous EMS academies, and they're unbelievable role models to me and my classmates. They really show that, you know, after completion of the program, you can be a successful person in the emergency medical world. Extra thanks to Dr. Katie Davidson, who, as mentioned before, she's in the ER right now. She can't be here to see us shine. Miss Nikki, who came in on the off days also to help us out. Everybody who helped out on our St. Paul Fire ride-alongs and our clinical sessions at Regions, like those people really helped us get a real-life application of everything we were learning in class. They helped out a lot. I mean, the tutoring, the wealth of knowledge, the resources that all these people possess could not be even, I mean, we could not appreciate it more as a collective class. 6 months ago, you know, I didn't really have much of an idea what I wanted to do with my life. College was definitely in my sight, but I was coming up to the summer and saying, you know, I saw myself as kind of like a deer in the spotlight with a large semi. Life is the large semi coming at me with all these opportunities shining in my eyes, and I just froze and didn't know what to do. And then this program comes along, and you know, you hear free classes, free college. You know, that's absurd, but clearly not. when we all started, we started as a collective group of 3,000 students, and were handpicked and interviewed and chosen because our teachers thought that we would be the most likely to succeed. And being even selected to be the initial class, that was a huge honor. I'm sure none of us really knew how it would benefit us and what we would do after, but we went into it as we told we would, as we were told we would. We went into it as a family, as a team, as a collective group that worked together. We cooked, we ate, we cleaned and maintained our facility. We really worked like a family. We laughed and bickered, and I mean, that really made it a special thing. It was really like a family, and every step of the way we supported each other and made sure that we all succeeded. So now that it's late August and we're certified as EMTs, what do we do? The program was designed to give youth the opportunities that they wouldn't otherwise have to succeed in such a career. And it's been incredible to see. It gives me like warm feelings seeing how motivated we've all come as a class. We've all become as a class. People who had no idea what they were going to do, or thought that anything in the medical field was, just outrageous, not in their line of work. I mean, we've been motivated, and now we have opportunities that we never would have thought of. So some of us are going to jump straight into jobs as EMTs with Alumni, with the help of our instructors and Mr. Page. Many of us are going to continue our education and pursue careers in the paramedic field, and some of us are going to try to do fire next time around when they hire. And some of us are going to do a combination of the above. But either way, we're celebrating in the here and now, and we did it. I mean, I hope all of my classmates are as proud as I am to be part of something so great, because it's really meant a lot. Thank you.
All right. On June 14th, 37 young adults walked into Old Fire Station 1 with one common goal: to graduate as EMTs. Even on the first day, we quickly realized what we were getting ourselves into. A class that usually takes 16 weeks was going to be put into 10. It was a baptism by fire. We have Tuesdays and Thursdays and weekends off, but even on those days, we were always there. There was always something to do for class. EMS Academy has been, as most of you know, is a unique program, giving young adults the opportunity to get certified as an EMT while getting paid. Not only did we get paid, but everything we needed was paid for, from our books to our uniforms to testing fees. The only thing we had to buy was boots and a belt. On the first day, we met a few of the many people that made the academy possible. Even during this academy, they were trying to get things together for the next one. They really didn't sleep. But I am thankful to know that there are people willing to go to such great lengths to make successful young adults. The graduating class is the third group to achieve their goals. Over the past 3 months, I've learned more than just how to save someone's life. I've also learned that blood doesn't gross me out as much anymore. I used to go limp at the thought of blood, and now it's nothing. But that's what the class was about: building yourself up as a person. You had to build your self-confidence, and quick. No one wants an EMT who isn't confident in themselves or their skills taking care of them. We had to do two hands-on experiences, one with St. Paul Fire and one with Regions ER. While with the St. Paul Fire, you were integrated into a big family. We had to learn firsthand how to put our skills to the test. It's a lot different doing a skill on an actual person than your classmate. During clinicals at Regents ER, you saw things that you thought only happened on TV shows. But during both of our hands-on experiences, we were doing one important thing: helping someone out during a moment of their lives when it wasn't the best, and hopefully making it a little better. During my time at Regents, one of the patients I was helping take care of called me into his room. I asked him what I could do to help him. He simply asked if I could take a picture of him for his Facebook page. If that's what I could do to help him that day, then say cheese. Another thing I learned quickly during this class was that there were so many people behind you willing to help you pass the class. Whether it's for coming in on Tuesdays or Thursdays to help us study or practice skills, or hosting study parties at their house, we constantly had support. Just on the first day, we met all the people that put the academy together and made it happen. You knew that you had support. My phone got a lot of new numbers. Over those 10 weeks, this class has become one big family. Whether it was cleaning the station together or giving rides, we could always count on each other. All right, now class. Today is Friday, and we usually have a test on Friday. But today our test is to see who was listening when Dave taught us how to salute and stand at attention. And audience, please feel free to get injured. You are in a room full of paramedics and newly EMTs who are itching to use their new skills. You're pretty safe. But really, I'm honored to be in this class and to know the kids that I served with in this class. Thank you.
One remarkable aspect of this EMS Academy was the amount of dedication, energy, and commitment from the planning committee members in helping make this academy a reality. I direct your attention to the program for a full list of the committee members. At this time, I ask that you hold your applause while I introduce the committee members and ask that they stand. Once I finish with their introductions, we'll give them a big round of applause. Dave Anderson, Rita Fletcher, Tim Flug, Rosie Geifer, Liz Fusnig, Mike Hom, Terry Haltner, Christine Hansen, Angie Nalesny, Ann O'Connor, Gwen Peterson, Dave Waltz, and Terry Zern. Please give them a big round of applause. A number of times folks have mentioned the incredible work of having our teaching assistants help out as well. We have a couple of certificates, and I'm not sure where folks are seated, so I'm going to go ahead and read them. And if you're here, please feel free to come on stage and have your certificate in hand. Kyle Piper. Nicole Biguet. Alston Riley. Travis Johansson. And Gwen Mora Gomez. These are the folks that really made it happen for the students, serving as role models, and please help me thank them. We also have an EMT who just has gone beyond the call of duty. He serves with the St. Paul Fire Department. Al Bonet, I'm looking out here and I'm not sure if I see you, but In the event that you're not here, we still want to recognize your achievements. He's come out with the recruitment. Every recruitment class that we've had, he's come out. He's motivated the students and encouraged them to stay in touch and encouraged to be their mentors. So I just really want to make sure that we acknowledge his work. EMT Alumni. So without a doubt, there is quite a bit of work that you've heard about that goes into these types of ceremonies and classes. And it starts from the very beginning, everything from designing the flyer, announcing the academy, recruiting folks, 3 days worth of applicant screening, testing, interviews, and background checks that come with it, to the planning throughout the academy, to today's event. Designing your program, designing the flyers, the invitation, all that has to be done by someone. We have an incredible team of 3 phenomenal women who have really taken charge of that, and I want them to stand and receive that special recognition. Chris Hansen from Embry Hills College. My awesome assistant, Ann O'Connor. And our phenomenal Gwen Peterson, who manages to run this at the same time as recruiting about 900 students to be in our Summer Youth Corps program. You know, just one other thing that she gets to do during the summer as well. So please stand and recognize these dynamic women. And there are other faces behind the scenes, and forgive me for not mentioning everyone, but it would take a significant amount of time. Please know in our hearts that you are truly appreciated from the bottom of our hearts. And now I turn my attention to the EMTs. Yeah, you're the focus of the attention. We're getting to you, but it would have taken us a little bit of time to kind of get through the logistics of this afternoon's program. You have all come a long way since June. And you know, from the excitement from the crowd and the remarks this afternoon, that we're all proud of you. While one phase of the training is complete, your training will not end. There are many more paths for you to take, including hopefully becoming a St. Paul firefighter. My hope is that you will continue building on the foundation we established this summer and use it throughout your promising careers. My charge to you as you begin your public service is very simple. Make a difference in your community. Will the EMS Academy class of 2010 prepare for the presentation ceremony? I will read your names as you receive your certificates. Guests and family members, I know you're anxious to celebrate some more, but I'm going to ask you to hold your applause until the end of the presentation. Eric Decker.
Hello, Eric.
Chinafan Fadness. Clarence Fraser. Charles Gunderson. Kaylee Hansen. Jamie Howe. Ashley Jones. Matt O'Brien. Ratez Chakni King. Philip Smith. Francois Starks. Juan Velasquez. And Marguerite Wilson. You may have noticed that the two other graduates who are not here with us this afternoon, they were not feeling well and were not able to join us for the program. EMS graduates, you may be seated. Yeah. One of the major supporters of the EMS Academy has been St. Paul Fire Chief Tim Butler. Chief Butler attended the first planning meeting and lit up with joy and excitement at the prospect of bringing a diverse and youthful pool of EMTs and firefighters to his department. Chief Butler isn't able to join us this afternoon. Please help me give a warm welcome to St. Paul Fire Chief, Deputy Chief, I should say, Matt Simpson, who is speaking on Chief Butler's behalf.
I guess I would like to reiterate what everybody else has said before me, and I will keep it brief. I know everybody's had a long night, and these guys are nervous as anything because I got a lot of sweaty handshakes up here. So. But I would just like, on behalf of the St. Paul Fire Department and Chief Butler, who regretted that he was unable to be here, it's a great job. It's a great career, and what you folks have chosen to do is great. It's unbelievable the amount of education you, as you said, crammed into your heads in 10 weeks. It's an undertaking, and I think we do owe them another round of applause, so help me thank them. I'm a little nervous at that applause, what the last applause is going to be like, so I'm going to seatbelt in here at the end. So what I do, one of my honors that I get to impose tonight is the oath of the emergency medical technician, and I do find that to be quite an honor. I took it almost 25 years ago, and I'm still learning. So when they do say that today's not your last day, you are going to continue to learn from this day forward, and don't ever stop, okay? So if everybody, if the students, if I could have the class of 2010 please rise. And if you could raise your right hands and repeat after me, please. Be it pledged as an emergency medical technician, I will honor the physical and judicial laws of God and man. I will follow that regime which, according to my ability and judgment, I consider for the patient, the benefit of the patient, and abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous, nor shall I suggest any such counsel into whatever homes I enter. I will go into them for the benefit of only the sick and injured, never revealing what I see or hear in the lives of men unless required by law. I shall also share my medical knowledge with those who may benefit from what I have learned. I will serve unselfishly and continuously in order to help make a better world for all of mankind. While I continue to keep this oath unviolated, may it be granted to me to enjoy life and the practice of the art, respected by all men in all times. Should I trespass or violate this oath, may the reverse be my lot. So help me God. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the City of St. Paul EMS Academy Summer Graduates of 2010.